welcome to my garage. I wanted to bring you guys along on the journey of my Mach 1. It's been a long process so far, and I wanted to document the story for myself and then anybody else that might be interested in watching. I've had this car for probably 18 years, and it's been off the road for a good 30 is my estimate. I've been personally a Mustang freak all of my adult life. This is my fifth and sixth Mustangs. With this, I wanted to update you on the story, what's transpired to get to where we are now, and then bring you along on the journey going forward. Okay, I wanted to give you a little bit of the story behind this car. I've had it for 16 years. It's been pretty much a box of parts the entire time. It's been located in several different places. I bought a lot of sheet metal for it when I first got it 16 years ago with the help of my father-in-law. It was on a trailer. We bought it for $1,800. It had a lot of good parts with it, but it had a lot of stuff going on with it too. In all reality, it was a car that will never see its original value again. So I'm restoring it for the love of the car. It's got many replaced panels that were bent, and all four frame rails were really bent. My father-in-law spent 70 hours putting the new sheet metal on it and then getting the frame rails back to close. They're really good. Better than any regular frame shop probably would do. But not concourse restoration. This car will never make it back to concourse, I don't think. But it will be a beautiful car back on the road. So it's been damaged repeatedly. I can tell through the history that it has lived a storied life at the beginning of its life. Multiple accidents, multiple repairs that seem to be very fast and get it back on the road. And then there's the bullet hole that I found through the driver floor. And the odd collection of parts that I got with it. I really believe that it was used as a drug running or alcohol running car early in its life. And it made a lot of miles. But it went off the road, and I got it. And now we're going to go and try to get it back on the road. Let's take a look at it.
Okay, as I said, up until 2020, it was really just a collection of parts. And one of the side things of the human malady that went on, and me being home, was I got the opportunity to put this together. So we're still pretty far from being able to drive it. We need a transmission and seats and a few other things that we will go along in the process, but let's see what we have here. The body's pretty straight. There are a few things that I need to fix, like some of these wrinkles. But the panels themselves, the body is, everything matches. It's easily set up to go. We've got a fair number of good new parts and a lot of parts that I've recently found. The rims that are on it are actually from the other car that don't fit. They have the wrong back spacing, so that'll be our next episode, actually, is me going and picking up a set of rims for this and then refurbishing them so we can get them on here and then move forward with being able to roll the car. Because right now the car can't even roll because the tires bind up on the front against the front upper control arms. So I put a whole new modern wire harness through it, and it runs with modern relays and modern fuses, but I tried to make it run as close to the original locations as possible. I wanted it to look close to original whenever I could possibly do it. And then if there was something that needed to be updated, I went ahead and did that, but I also hid it so it kind of looks original. This is a 351 Windsor. That's what this car came with. I wanted to, again, keep it as original as possible. But someone already did a manual transmission swap, so we will be going ahead and keeping with that. We've got a lot of work left, but this is pretty close to tidy. I've got the radiator and a few other parts that are sitting aside that I will be putting in a future video. So let's go ahead and move around to the other side and check out the inside. Alright, here's the inside. I've got everything that I need other than carpet and front seats to really make this a little bit more comfortable to drive, because sitting on the floor right here is an issue. Part of its storied past is you can see where the front seats have been ripped out pretty violently. Both front seats were ripped out and front seat belts were cut. And if we come over here and move this little pad right here, you can see my hole that should not be there. That one is most definitely of the correct caliber to be a bullet and shaped like a bullet hole, so I would say that's a bullet hole. So I've already replaced all the wiring. The entire car's wiring harness has been replaced. LED lights up front. I've gotten the clock working. That I just disassembled and cleaned with contact cleaner and greased with some light oil. My daughter bought me a really sweet radio, which we will check out here in just a moment after I go retrieve the keys. So, new ignition switch, new locks around the entire car, and pretty sweet stereo. Let's see if we can find a station. I think we know right here. Yeah, see, there we go, stereo. I better turn that off before we have any kind of problems with content matching. Alright, let's take a quick walk around and show the lights and the other side. One thing that I always love is the turn signals in the dash and up there. They're just neat. Okay, so we saw this side. This hood is off a donor, so I had to add the holes for the hood pins and drill everything for the non-functional hood scoop that is original. As you can see, I've already got my chin spoiler and stone guards on there. The glass will be one of the last things to get set into place, but this is the safest place that I can have them right now. And then I need to fill this seam, and then this fender needs some help. In a perfect world, I would have had that replaced, but unfortunately that is out of my budget, to say the least. So, and then back here, a lot of this was sourced. I had the taillights, I refurbished those, but I had to get a new gas cap and the light, the wiring, tail license plate light. But I had the letters and the spoiler and the bumpers all came with the car, so I got really lucky there.
Well, that's the story to this point. It's been a long time. The budget and life has really kept me from working on it, but one of the benefits of 2020 happened to be that this went from just boxes of parts to a real car.
I want to thank you for hanging out and listening to the introduction about my car. I hope you found it entertaining and that maybe you guys like this kind of content. If you do, let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and see about how horrible of a job I can do at editing this together. See you in the next episode.